What's up, everyone? This is Rayuka here, and today I'm going to give my impressions and thoughts on the Nioh Alpha demo for the PlayStation 4. It's being developed by Team Ninja, published by Chloe Tecmo, and produced by Koshibu Sawa. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. Now, I played this whole alpha, and there was like two stages in it. If you pass the first stage, you get the Mark of the Conqueror DLC, but you have to earn it, of course. And then you get stage 2 if you're still interested in wanting to play it some more, and pretty much if you enjoyed what you went through in stage 1. And talking about what I went through anyway in stage 1 playing this game. First off, you play a character called William. You don't know much about him. He just washes up on the shore, and that's pretty much it. You're left wondering. Well, I was left wondering, who the hell is he? Why he's there? What's going on? But apparently he's there. This is happening in the 16th century, and you gotta fight your way through rogue samurai, yokai, demons. It's just crazy and chaos all around, everywhere you go. Just death and destruction. It's just crazy. So basically, that's just how I took it. As for the story aspect, they didn't really give you much here. I mean, yeah, you could go around collecting essence, souls, however you want to call it, and some of the villagers will talk about either what they went through or what's going on to give you an idea of what's happening. But pretty much, when you play the first stage, you get it. You'll get it. Everything with the hell. So, besides that, the system in this game, the upgrading system, is pretty straightforward. It's similar to I don't know, it's kind of sort of Diablo-ish, but not really at the same time. You're going upgrading the character, but you're not upgrading armor and equipment. You're collecting or grinding out to get armor and equipment, better armor and equipment. So while you're playing through this, that's what's pretty much happening most of the time. You're playing to get better armor and equipment, while at the same time, if you have your souls without dying or your essence, um, you'll go back to the shrine here, which was the little guy standing on, and you'll level up William. But if you want to level up his magic, strength, health, whatever, you'll level that up one level at a time. Besides that, getting better equipment is a little tricky because you gotta constantly grind to get better and better equipment to get to the next area. It also requires a certain amount of strategy and skill. You just can't go swords blazing in there and then expect, oh man, I'm gonna cut this down to the third down. Shit ain't gonna work that way. I mean, you really gotta think about how you're gonna approach a certain area, what you're going to do, and how you're gonna handle that situation when it's presented to you in Nioh. So it's pretty crazy in that sense, but it's also interesting to see that they kind of sort of force you to think a lot more about how you're gonna approach the enemy than just running in there and hoping that, oh man, if I just swing the sword to every enemy that comes my way, whether rogue samurai or yokai, things are gonna work out. No, it doesn't work out that way all the time. You're gonna die alive. That's what you're going to do. And I learned that early on while playing this. You just can't run in there and just do that, because they'll kill you over and over and over again until you get an idea of what to do. So besides that, you get what I call a spirit animal. That's what I'm calling it, but it does have its own term. And basically, you have 4 in this alpha demo. One being this dog right here, which is fire. Then you have water, wind, and I believe earth. I didn't get to mess with the other 3 that much. I mean, there was a bird. I believe that was wind, but I just stood with the dog most of the time. I felt that he was useful for me to use. That's how I felt while playing. So he does more damage. That's how I felt, more damage. It was fire. I felt like fire did a lot more than the other elements, but then that's ignorant to say, because I'm pretty sure the other elements have uses for other things and other bosses or other enemies throughout the demo, which I learned that later on while playing stage 2, that fire isn't, not that it's not helpful, but there are other elements that can help also defeating other enemies later on in the alpha demo. But besides that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, you collect these little guys that go on top of the shrine, and eventually your shrine will be covered with them, and they give you certain buffs or certain perks that you'll get just for that area, and just like 50% more essence or 50% more weapon drops. That's what lets you collect most of them. I mean, they're scattered around each stage, so they're not guaranteed for like one behind the other. But I do wish there was more shrines, because in stage one there was about two or three, if I remember correctly. And the second stage there was only one that I crossed by. I'm assuming that there's two, but I only crossed by one. So hopefully there's more of these checkpoints, because they are checkpoints. I mean, once you go to the shrine, all the enemies come back again. So it's similar to a Souls game. There are similarities between Nioh and a typical Souls game. I mean, there's a lot of similarities. Um, but I was hoping that this was a hack and slash, but it's not. It's its own thing, but it is similar to a Souls game. So like as I said, if I didn't say it before, I'm saying now. I was borderline about Nioh, and I felt like it's 50-50. You could really like this demo, or you could really dislike it and just not have no interest in it at all. But for those who like Souls games, they might like Nioh, or they just might not. It's a really make or break kind of game. But this is an alpha demo. Nothing in here is final, and hopefully by the time this does get released, because it is due out in 2016 right currently. No exact release date, just set for this year. Hopefully it's a lot more fine-tuned and a lot better. I mean, they did the atmosphere. The atmosphere was about right. The atmosphere looks gritty, demonic, all that. It just the world looks like it went to hell, pretty much. Graphically is good. I feel like it needs better frame rate. Not that it's not noticeable. I mean, it's really not noticeable, but yeah, I think an increasing frame rate or a solid frame rate is more important than resolution, because it was something that Chloe Temple did recently, asking people if they wanted resolution or frame rate. I will prefer frame rate over resolution, because I feel like it's just fine the way it is. Not in the alpha demo current state. And when I say fine by the way it is, I mean it doesn't need frame rate over resolution. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. But who knows what they're going to do by the time this releases. Anyways, those are my thoughts and impressions of the Nioh alpha demo. It's interesting to me. It's really 50-50. I had mixed feelings about it. It's not perfect by all means, but it's an alpha demo. Nothing is found in here. I'm just hoping that by the time this releases, that a lot more things are tuned out, and it needs to be a bit toned down. Some of the enemies in the Nioh demo felt a bit overpowered even after you beated it. They felt a bit overpowered. I mean, the bosses, I get it. I mean, it makes sense. They're a boss character, but for the enemies and the AIs, even if you're level 37, you're going against a level 5 enemy, it's pretty ridiculous that they can lay out as much damage as they do. But it's alpha demo, so whatever. So if you like this video, hit with a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's very appreciated. And as always, this is Rayuka here saying until next time, everyone, thanks for watching, and sayonara.